a delay, man. There's always a lag. What's going on, YouTube? If you don't know, now you're about to know. I dropped his link in the chat. I'll do it again. World Money Wins. He's actually kind of a big deal. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
I'm a legend in my mind.
You've done some cool stuff, dude. There's his link in the chat. Go hit him up. Show him some love. He's been a very consistent supporter of my channel. Neither one of us are financial advisors. At least I don't think he is.
No.
Nothing in this video is financial advice, so you can't sue us. What's up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Living the dream, brother.
Take with my coffee.
I kind of sprung. I love it. That's a great cup. I kind of sprung this on you last night. You're like, yeah, whatever, whenever. I mean, so this is. I just thought it'd be kind of fun, man.
Yeah. I'm always available in the mornings.
So let's see. We got Rick. Do a quick roll call. We got Gerald. We got nickel stacking. My nickel. We got. That's what I see right now. Welcome everybody. Welcome in. So can I ask you a couple questions? I'm dying to know some things, actually.
Yeah.
You said you've been stacking in your video today. Was it 20 or 30 years? I can't remember what you said.
About 30 years.
Dude, you got time over me.
Super heavy stacking, but I started. I think I bought my first bigger piece in around 1995. It was like a clone of an American Silver Eagle, but it's like a 1 pound clone, and I think it's troy pound, so it's like 12 point something ounces. I paid $95 for it. And that was a high premium.
Really? Do you still have that?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, have you ever showed that in a video before?
Probably when I first started out. It's in storage, so I don't have it around. Most of the stuff I keep is in off-site storage.
That'd be cool to see, dude. One of these days, hopefully. All right, so you actually, I logged in one day, right, and I see a notification about your channel, and you're on Fox News. Tell me how that even came about, dude. Was it Fox Business or Fox News? I don't remember.
Fox Business. It was on the Big Money Show. Their producer is a subscriber of my channel, and when I ordered the ounce of gold from Costco, when they started doing that, I was like, well, that'd be kind of cool. I like gold, so I figured I'll buy an ounce of gold and show it on the channel. It took like 2 weeks for me to get it because it was almost impossible to get it. Every time I got an in-stock alert and I'd go to the website, it was like, boop, gone. They would last like seconds. And so I signed up for, oh, shoot, now I can't remember his name. One of the other stacking channels had a page where you could sign up for alerts where it would alert you really quickly. And I was able to get one that way. And then I showed it on the channel, and the producer was like, hey, we need to do a story about that. You want to come on Fox Business? I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
That was a cool show.
Scary.
I enjoyed that show. And it just came out of left field. I'm like, I know this guy on Fox Business. All of a sudden, what's going on? What's up, Greg? And then 3 weeks ago, you did a video with Ninja, like an in-person deal. So have you, huh?
What was that? I just got the chat to work. So,
I said about 3 weeks ago, you did an in-person video with the economic ninja, Travis.
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
We've been friends for years.
When
I started my channel, he was like, oh, let me shout it out. I'll shout it out. And I was like, no, don't do it. Don't say anything about me having a channel, because I want to see if people want to watch my channel for what I'm doing. I don't want to just get a whole bunch of subscribers that I didn't really deserve. And so most people are like, oh, shout out my channel, because I see YouTubers come up to them all the time. Hey, can you shout out my channel? And it's like, man, that's kind of cheesy.
I don't even think he knows I exist, but you're actually really smart for doing that, and I'll tell you why. I actually had another channel before this one, and it didn't grow organically. It was, everyone I know, hey, sub to my YouTube channel. And I realized, after creating this channel and having some moderate success, by the way, we're up to hold on, let me look. I realized that it didn't grow organically, and people will subscribe to you, but if they're not interested in the topic at hand, they're not going to watch, and you're not going to get anywhere.
Yep.
We're up to 3,029 subscribers. Last night I was at 286 or 2080 or 2986. So Y'all people are phenomenal, by the way.
Who was subscriber number 3,000? Because I said on my channel on yesterday's video, I said go over to Constitutional Stacker, and who's going to be subscriber number 3,000? Will it be you?
It's hard. I should go back and look in studio. I'll do that at some point. But that's pretty. You know, I was hoping to hit 3,000 by Christmas, not go from 2,986 to well over 3,000 in 24 hours. That's crazy. It didn't even take 24 hours. So that's awesome. That's exciting. How long have you been doing YouTube? I never went back and watched your first video.
I think in 2022.
So not that long. Okay.
Oh, actually, when the Economic Ninja bugged me for years to start a channel, and then until his wife finally said, "You've got to stop bugging him, stop it." So he stopped. And then about a year later, I started a channel, and I forgot where I was going with that.
I wonder if he's ever going to bring back the pizza box. I haven't seen him do that in a long. I don't watch him as much as I used to, but
he still uses it.
Does he? I haven't been over to his channel in a while, but I did watch the video you guys did on your channel. I was like, no way. He actually seems like a pretty just normal guy.
He's exactly like he is on YouTube. He's the exact same guy. And
I kind of pick up on that.
And he does all the stuff that he talks about too. It's kind of weird because you'd think he's like just all talk, but he's really he's a super heavy hitter when it comes to certain things.
It's funny you bring that up. What's up, Jerry? Hey, Jerry, I caught your video today too, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
you kind of got me. I thought maybe you came back to the stacking side for a minute because you had the coin shop in the background, but it was a pretty good video. And I am not anti having Bitcoin. It's kind of an odd asset, but I do hold some, and why can't it be both? That's how I'm seeing things in life. What is up, my brother Jerry? Good to see you, buddy. That was a good video you did today, bro. I liked it. God, I was going to say something, but Jerry took me totally off track. Damn it, Jerry. When he talked about Ninja, he practices what he preaches, basically.
Yeah.
That is why, I'm going to be honest with you, that is why I do a lot of unboxing videos. I got 20.7 ounces on the way over 5 shipments. Three of them are for a buddy of mine that he paid me for, so 17.3-ish are going to me. It's some rounds, 4 tubes of dimes I got for $2 under spot on Hero for their Thanksgiving sale. And the reason I do a lot of unboxings, folks, there are a lot of people I'm not gonna say a lot, but there are a lot of channels in the community that I feel like pump metals and never show any of them to you. Never show any coming in.
Yeah.
Don't put it out. And I never want people to wonder, hey, is this guy really stacking like he says?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Space too. Like there's cryptocurrency influencers that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they got like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. That's it. And they're like talking as if like they're in the trenches. It's kind of funny. It's kind of
I don't know. It's kind of fraudy to me. I never want people to wonder, does this guy really stack? Yes, I do. I love metal. I love anything that has an ROA, to be honest with you, or a good potential. I mean, when you've been really poor in your life, you really start to value assets and you start to learn about them, and it becomes very important. At least that's what happened to me. I've been dirt poor, and I don't want to go back.
Yeah, I've been. I lived in my car for a little bit. A 1970 Volkswagen Beetle.
Really? Well, that's cramped even for one person.
That was my own fault, but I was like just into parties and girls and not into jobs. So it was easier just to I'll just live in my car, save some money in between parties, shower at a friend's place, then go out and party. I did that for like 6 months. And I was like,
so that was by choice, okay.
Yeah, because my parents they did all right. They weren't. I didn't grow up poor, but I didn't grow up privileged either. They made me save up and buy my first car, which cost me $300. It was a 69.5 Dodge Dart Swinger, and I paid $350 for it. The tie rod was broken, so one wheel was like this, so I had to get that fixed. And then other than that, was great. And I learned that you need to change your oil also when I was 16 because I blew the motor on it because I never changed the oil.
It's funny you say that. 2006, I was dirt poor, dude. I mean, I was broke when I moved into this apartment I'm in. I'm still here because it's cheap and it allows me. A lot of people say, you have to own a house. That's not necessarily true because my rent is so cheap and I invest the difference. There's a couple different ways to do things, but I was cheap. I was broke. I didn't change the oil in my old Ford Ranger I had at the time, and I go out one winter morning, and the oil hadn't been changed in about a year and a half. And it's a cold winter, and I fire it up, and I hear that knock. It was a piston that cracked, and the truck ran many, many more years. But I finally had to overhaul it because it was just such a loud knock, especially when it was cold. And I remember the day it happened. I was like, "Uh-oh."
I had a 1990 Ford Ranger that caught on fire, and I drove really fast, and it blew the fire out in the engine compartment.
Really?
And it ended up not catching on fire again.
That's funny, dude. But I learned that same lesson that you did, change oil. Change your coolant so your head gasket doesn't get electrolysis and go bad. I mean, preventative maintenance is important. And it's the same thing with stacking and investing. I mean, you have to be frugal. What you don't blow your wad on today and you invest in, I mean, it can benefit you so much later. I'm the type of guy, you hand me $100, I'm going to find a way to invest most or all of it. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun hobby too. Learning how to invest stuff and make things grow and eat. And I'm not into impress. I used to really like fancy cars and stuff like that, and I would buy like Range Rovers and things like that to impress people that I don't care about or like. And so once I kind of grew out of that, like in the great financial crisis, I really learned a lot there. I was like, man, I'm missing opportunities, and I'm getting kicked in the nuts here because my income went from like super high to like $37,000 for 1 year. I was like, man, this kind of sucks. I'm not doing my life right. So I told my best friend in the world, I said, thank God that the great financial crisis happened when we were in our 30s. I said, can you imagine if this was going on when we were 60?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I made a lot of mistakes, but I made most of them while I was younger, and I'm very grateful for that because it gives you the time to recover.
Yeah, I think this next cycle, I think a lot of people are going to learn the lesson that we learned.
I wonder how many of them are actually going to apply it, though. I mean, some people, it seems like they learn the lesson over and over and over, and they change nothing.
Well, I mean, some people you can never teach, but a lot of people will learn about personal finance in this next cycle. I think I'm going to be buying a G-Wagon, hopefully in the next 6 months, for
really
under 20 grand, hopefully.
It's funny. I used to love all the the flashy cars and all that too, and I do have a pretty badass truck. I love that truck, but I paid 10 grand for it cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then my if I'm not driving that, I drive my daily, which is a 2000 Pathfinder, leather everything, power everything. Nice little car. Paid $4,500 cash for it just over a year ago. I mean, what do I care?
Yeah, if you take care of them, they go forever. Even modern cars. I know people always complain, oh, it's all electronics, you can't fix it. It's like, well, they're designed to go like hundreds of thousands of miles, whereas in the 70s, if it made it to 100,000 miles, it expired. The car's done.
That's true. I bought this thing with 145 on it. Put a timing belt in it, new water pump because I just didn't know how long it had been since it was done. The oil was clean. All I've had to do to it is front brakes. I upgraded the stereo system because it was archaic. I put a blue. You know what I mean? But I put a timing belt in it. I did have a distributor go bad up on the mountain. That was not a good day. Change the oil and change the coolant, and it's been great. Other than that one time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't burn a drop. I even run synthetic in that thing. It doesn't burn a drop, dude.
But you're not impressing your neighbors, though. You got to go get that $700 car payment so you can impress people. And
it's funny. Like, I impress myself. That thing, when my ass sits in it, it feels good. If it's cold, I got heated seats. Both front seats are heated. I got a sunroof that doesn't leak, AC, power, everything. Shit, that's enough for me, man. Oh, 4-wheel drive, it goes anywhere. It is. I admit it is getting a 3-inch lift as soon as the tires go bad. I've got the lift here for it. Just it's
you're
a little too low.
Or are you going to be one of those guys that lifts their truck and drives it to the Whole Foods?
Oh no, the reason it's getting a lift is because when I was in the woods a couple times, my spare tire kept going, over certain things. I'm like, all right, you're getting a 3-inch, and some bigger tires. So no, it will get used. I love going up the mountain and either that or my truck and doing shooting, camping, stuff like that. It's kind of my happy place, man.
Yeah, you go out to like Memaloose or something like that.
I'm impressed. I go up to Goat Mountain quite a bit, which is Memaloose. Yeah, you can't go up the Memaloose side anymore because of the 36 pit fire. But I'm surprised that you know. How do you know about that place?
I used to go to machine gun shoots out there all the time. We'd go out there and shoot our machine guns.
You never cease to amaze me. You impress me more and more as time goes on. You're a hell of an interesting guy.
I like guns.
Me too. I got about probably 30 of them. I don't know. I got 2 ARs, 1 broke. I got to get that fixed. It's going. I got. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like collecting Colt AR-15s, like different variations of them.
And the interesting thing about Colt, that is the only AR platform that some of the parts are not completely interchangeable with other ARs.
They should be if they're military spec ARs.
I know there's a couple parts that are just a little. I don't remember what they are, but I love ARs.
The Knights Armament SR-25 has a slightly different bolt head on it because it's got rounded bolt lugs on the SR-25. That one's a little bit different. So
you're an AR man, huh?
Yeah.
I've got 2 ARs. I got an AK, more 9s than I need. 357, a 38. I'm buying a 44 while I still can, and a 30-06. Got about 4 shotguns. I mean, dude, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What's up, Skywalker?
They're good investments too.
They're important to have.
Probably shouldn't say investments, but I've seen people that were huge gun collectors that during the Great Financial Crisis, they lived off selling their pieces of their gun collection to pay their payment and their house and their car payment. And then after the crisis was over, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm going out shopping. I'm going to go rebuild my collection."
Guns are kind of like precious metals to me in a way. Like selling one would hurt me. I've never sold a gun. I have had to sell some PMs, and that hurt my soul. I had a couple things happen at different points. It was good that I had it, but that killed me. I did pawn one of my 9s to my brother's buddy back in the day, years and years ago. But he let me buy it back for the loan, and I've never actually sold a gun. That would be very difficult for me to do. They're like my children.
Yeah, I've sold a few guns, and some of them I really regret selling.
What's the most regretted?
I don't know. I think I bought a Smith & Wesson snub-nose revolver from the Yankee Marshal. Are you familiar with his YouTube channel?
Yeah, he's up in Washington, right above me.
Yeah, I bought one from him. It's so nice. It's absolutely stunning, and I sold it.
He refuses to acknowledge me in his live chats, like when he has chat on, when he does Shooting the Shit with Yankee, those episodes, which I'm a little butthurt about. I've made many attempts. I've even super chatted him, trying to get his attention. I don't know why. But I actually find as time goes on, I align more with the way he thinks as far as firearms than I do with most channels. So I do watch him from time to time. That's interesting that you bought one from him.
Yeah, I don't watch his content very much. I agree with him on some stuff, but some stuff I don't. But that's okay.
I remember when he was carrying that Chiappa Rhino forever. You remember that? He loved that thing.
D200 Chiappa, yeah.
Yeah.
He used to have a restaurant that I'd go to. It was in Portland on I can't remember where it was. It was like right outside of Laurelhurst on Division and 49th or something like that. It was
you need a gun when you go around there, I'll tell you that.
They had the best burgers in Portland.
I never knew he had a restaurant. That's crazy. Dude, is there anybody you don't know?
No, I pretty much know everything. There's nothing I don't know.
I mean, no. Is there anybody you don't know on YouTube?
No, I just mentioned the people that I do. So
that's funny. That's crazy, man. I mean, this guy's been on friggin' Fox. This guy, you're just a hell of a story.
I'm a slut.
Kind of, yeah. What do you think? What up, Chef? What do you think about platinum?
I've got some. I think I got actually I could tell you exactly how much I have. I've got my list from one of the vaults.
I was stacking platinum for a while and I kind of stopped. It's looking more attractive to me. I think I'm going to start doing some more fractional platinum.
I got 4 full ounces and then a 5-gram Credit Suisse bar, a 1/10 ounce Baird & Co. bar, a 1/10 ounce Kookaburra, and a 1/10 ounce Britannia. So like 4.5 ounces.
Yeah, I think I've only got about 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces now.
That's more of like
I don't have that much.
Speculative play for me. I've never been much into platinum, but I figured I might as well have some just to have it.
Yep, I'm definitely partial. Silver's my favorite, but and people called me nuts about 18 months ago or so when gold was $2,000, 2,100, whatever it was. I started pumping, talking about gold because I saw the writing on the wall for gold. I will admit, silver performed as well as it has faster than I thought it would. I thought this would take longer to get to where we're at, and it seems to be holding quite well. I thought we were at least 2 to 5 years away from that point. I really did.
Yeah,
gold did not surprise me whatsoever, and a lot of people gave me a lot of hell over it at the time, and I'm kind of like, well, you should have listened because it's more than doubled in 18 months, whatever it was. I agree, Jerry. Platinum is I think platinum's. I'm rewarming up to it. Let's put it that way.
I've never really understood it. I guess I never really researched it enough because I know it's used in catalytic converters, and then with all the cars going, seems like they're going more and more electric. It's like the use case for platinum seems to be. I would think that it would go down especially if they got rid of all gas cars, which I don't think would ever happen, but that would be a huge hit because isn't like 60 or 70% of platinum's used for catalytic converters?
A lot of it is. I don't have the actual number, but there's another chemical process. I don't remember what it is, and it's really hard to find, but I did find an article on it once or twice. Platinum is used in some kind of chemical process. I forget what for, but it creates some gas. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't know enough about it, but it actually can do a lot of the things silver can do. It's just more expensive. Whereas you have gold, doesn't really do a whole lot.
No, it doesn't do anything. Just sits there.
Not much. I mean, it'll you can coat your silver with it or your platinum or your copper so it doesn't
Tarnish.
Tarnish, yeah, to keep your electrical connections good. It just doesn't. If we lost silver tomorrow, which ain't going to happen, there's a lot of it. But if silver went away tomorrow, we'd be in trouble. As far as humanity, if gold went away tomorrow, we wouldn't even notice. As far as having our needs met, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think just the financial markets would be disrupted because it is still a partial cornerstone of certain parts of the economy, and I'm not sure what those are, but there's like central banks are like heavily weighted into them, and there's sovereign nations that are heavily weighted into them, so that would eat into their bottom line.
Well, that's what makes gold work. I mean, its job as a monetary metal, and this is why I really started, getting into more gold over the last couple of years because I got to thinking about it. I said, the people love gold, the central banks love gold, the governments love gold. I got to have gold, whether or not I like it that much. I got to have it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way on Bitcoin too. I figured. I mean, a lot of people it's not going away, so I figured I probably need to have some.
Oh, you're going to give Nickel a heart attack.
Yeah, Nickel, sorry.
Oh, my, it's going to go to zero tomorrow, man. Oh, my.
Yeah, people that they're really down on crypto, they're like, I'm not using that magic internet money. Well, every time they tap to pay with their phone, they're using magic internet money. Bitcoin's more real than your bank account.
Well, and if we're being fair to Bitcoin, it's like 95,000. I looked a couple hours ago again, but if I remember correctly, when Trump during the last election, so about a year ago, Bitcoin was about 70 grand, and it was there for a while. It was in that neighborhood, and now back to 95. I mean, it's a return. I don't care whether you like the asset or not. Some love it, some hate it, but you can't say it hasn't performed. You just can't. And that's the only thing I disagree with Peter Schiff on, because if you listen to him, Bitcoin never would have been worth anything. And that's what he's been wrong about, but he's been right about pretty much everything else. I mean, you can't be right all the time.
Yeah, he's right about a lot of stuff.
Whether you like it or hate it doesn't change how it performs, and that's true with any asset class, in my opinion.
Yeah, and everybody's not right about everything, so I think he's wrong about crypto, but it is what it is. He loves his precious metals. He definitely doesn't have any interest in people buying precious metals, does he?
Right, exactly. I mean, shift gold. But I'll tell you this. A lot of the metal I bought a couple years ago was from Bitcoin profits. And I kept some of the Bitcoin, but I did sell about half of it at the time, and I turned it into metal. So I can't complain.
Yeah, I started mining cryptocurrency like back in 2017. I had a whole bunch of mining rigs with all the GPUs back when the GPUs were like $750 a piece. So I was mining cryptocurrency, and I called it my silver mine because I was mining crypto. I was mining like Raven coin and other altcoins, and then converting it to Bitcoin. And I figured I'm going to mine the crypto, convert to Bitcoin, spend the Bitcoin on silver. So I called my crypto mining rigs my silver mine.
That's smart. So you did kind of the same thing I did. Is you took some profit and turned it into physical. And see, here's the important thing.
I never did it though. I never converted. That was my intention. But then as I saw that and I learned more about crypto, I was like, man, I might want to keep a hold of this.
I will tell you what else I converted. And listen, guys, it happened so fast. I didn't have enough in there. I only made about 25 grand on the deal. But right before the 2020 deal, okay, we all remember, I'm not even going to say the word, I held a stock called NVAX, Novavax. It's a vaccine stock. And I thought, well, people like to put that garbage in their body, whatever. It's probably worth having some. I bought it at $3.43 a share, and I sold it for a 47,000% profit at like 295 or something like that. According to my broker's firm, it was about a 47,000% profit. And you know what I did with that? I turned it into a gun and silver. That's what I did. And I can't be mad about it.
Yeah, that's the finish line is the assets. A lot of
people it's funny
want the money. A lot of people want the money, and I see a lot of comments like online, like when silver gets to $100, I'm selling it. And they're like, for what? But what are you going to do with the $100? Are you going to just watch it erode, or are you going to put it into something else?
Yep, I agree. And people talk about that elusive goal that people have of I need to retire with $1 million. Okay. But we got to break that down. Okay. Now, is that $1 million with a piece of paid off property and land and a minimum of 4% a year in returns in some kind of investment, a 10% return? If you take $1 million and just try to live, you'll go broke way quicker than a lot of people realize. They don't get that.
Yeah. $1 million used to be kind of crazy to think about having $1 million, but
it's not that much money.
Soon you're going to need earn $1 million a year just to survive.
That's right. And people don't think about that. They're like, okay, I'll get to that million and I'm set. Oh no, it's just beginning. And
I think a lot of people look at retirement as like I don't know. I have a weird view of retirement. I don't want to insult people, but I think of retirement as the finish line for lazy people. Because I'm never going to retire. Why would I? I mean, you die about 2 years after you retire on average.
100% correct.
People are like, oh, I'm going to golf every day. And it's like, well, golf will get really boring if you're golfing every day. I mean, anything gets boring doing it over and over again. So I'd rather start businesses and trade stuff and do things like that.
I couldn't agree with you more. People retire and they die unless they're doing something they love, like, volunteering all the time, working on, projects, that are important to them, building companies. If they don't do those things, they just die.
Yeah.
On average. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're volunteering, you can volunteer even while you're working. You don't have to retire just to volunteer.
Sure, but I mean, it's the people who retire just lay around the house all the time. Yeah. They don't live long. Long.
Why would you? Why would you live long? What's your purpose when you're retired?
Right. Look at that. Nickel says, I love Little Debbie's, dude. He eats so many of those things.
Oh, man, you got to stop eating that stuff, man. You're just eating cancer sticks.
Yep. Oh, I don't eat that much sugar, man. That's what it's. He eats a lot of garbage. And then he'll tell you, well, I eat bison, that's good for you. Yeah, but you're putting it on a Hawaiian bun that has about 60 grams of sugar in it, Bubba.
Yeah.
Yep. And see, Jerry's right. Bitcoin, it's not infinite. It's finite. And that does give it value, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, Rick's Resonator had a good comment too. It's about time being finite and making the most of it, about retirement. But making the most of your time, I mean, contribute something, like you start a business or, volunteer, or stay active, do things.
Yeah, stay active. I mean, we're talking about when people retire and just do nothing, lay there and do nothing. That ain't good. And they don't live long. I've seen it happen too many times.
Dan, there's lots of things to do. I mean, it's fun to make money and, start businesses and try and do things. I have a fashion company, a fashion brand that I was starting. I gave up on it because it was tough, really tough. But I mean, you start things, start businesses and try it out.
You see all the layers to this guy, people? Like every few minutes, he just peels off another layer and gives us that carrot of what an interesting guy he is. He really is. You guys should go watch some of his stuff.
That's one of the things I always wanted to do. Is I always wanted to design women's clothing, fashion clothing. I don't know why.
Nickel has a lot of women's jewelry. I bet you he would secretly buy some of that women's clothing from you.
Did you?
It puts the lotion on the skin, huh?
Did you assume his gender?
I would never do that. That would be insulting. I like to give him hell about that because he does have a lot of women's jewelry, but I understand why he does it. He gets it cheap through auctions, and he can make money on it, so I get it. But I like to razz him about it. And if I ever see Nickel in a dress, I'm tearing out my eyes. I'll never be able to unsee that.
If you see him in a dress, you might as well buy him dinner.
I like what Rick just said right there. I agree. Yeah. Well, no. Oh my, no. I'm not buying a man in a dress dinner. I can't do it. I do. I don't live that far outside of Portland, but I have my line. Come on now. So, what kind of big projects do you got coming up in the YouTube world or otherwise? Obviously, there's something. Peel back another layer. Come on, brother.
Me and the Economic Ninja are going to Thailand.
Okay. Be very careful.
We're going shopping. He's one of the... Yeah, my wife, I was like, I'm going to Thailand with some guys, and she did the slant-eyed thing, like, really? Who are you going with? And I said, Ninja, and she's like, oh, okay, that's it.
Just don't pick up any ladies because you never know.
No, that's part of it. There's people that go there for that, but I mean, even Ninja's not that kind of person. We're going there mainly to go. And we're gonna do some content there, and then we're meeting with a whole bunch of other people, other YouTubers like Ox Talks and Al Thomas. I think he's going. Neil McCoy Ward. I don't know if Johnny Bravo's going or not, but there's a few other content creators going there.
It's a Mohawk convention, isn't it? With the three of you already know.
Yeah. And we're gonna do some shopping there because the stuff is like pennies because it's all like right there.
So I dated a chick, and her dad moved to Thailand and married a Thai woman, a real woman, and lived there for on his money because he had a chunk of change. And I started looking into it, and this was a few years back, guys. But for $35, I could get a 5-star resort, $35 a night in Thailand. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's a little bit more. I think we're.
It probably went up.
Yeah, it's like around. Like if you want to get the top floor penthouse suite that has a pool in the suite, I think it's like $650 a night. But like the regular,
I don't need all that.
Or like 190 or something like that a night. But these are like staying at the Wynn type of rooms.
This is like what you would get if you were Trump or something on vacation.
Yeah,
or Elon.
Stuff's so cheap over there. Like you can buy Hokas for like those are a shoe brand, a tennis shoe that all the kids are wearing. Those are like $35 there because they're just made right there.
And what's the key to that? Oh, that's right. They don't get paid high wages, so their products are cheaper. Imagine that.
Yeah,
weird.
The shipping and the middleman and the distribution and the tariffs. That's why the stuff costs so much.
I couldn't agree with you more about the tariff thing, but that word triggers a lot of people that watch me. In fact, let's go there. It actually triggered somebody the other night, someone I thought was a buddy of mine. He asked a question in his live. He goes, "Why is silver so expensive?" And I mentioned tariffs. And what I was going to say before he timed me out, because he just got defensive about it, and this could be looked at as a good thing or a bad thing if you're a stacker, honestly. I'm not a fan of tariffs overall, but that's just me because I understand what they are. But at the time, gold and platinum were exempt from the tariffs. Silver wasn't. So I believe that had a lot to do with what drove the market up, because when markets fear things, they respond. So if you're a silver stacker, that could be you could look at that as a positive, I guess. That's what I was going to say, but I didn't get the chance.
Oh, Skywalker is saying, don't you take the cost to travel to Thailand to buy cheap products? Yes, but I'm making YouTube content when I'm there, so I can expense the trip. So I'll be able to take that off my taxes.
And maybe I'll make some, maybe I'll get some views and make some AdSense money on it.
Yeah, I'm assuming like making YouTube videos with the Economic Ninja in a foreign country would, probably make a couple bucks off the.
It'll get some views.
Yeah.
I thought Nickel was doing a live, someone said, and now he's back. I'm confused. Oh, my. He heard the word tariffs and his ears rang. The devil's metal, dude. Okay, so you talked about this, and I can't get over it because I saw this video. I think it was like a CNBC video or something.
Yeah.
We must have all seen the same one. And I saw it like not last night or the night before, and I'm like, what is this all about?
Yeah, I opened up my CNBC app, and it said the devil's metal silver, and I was like, what the heck is this? I'm like, what?
And you talked about it, and Uncle Sal talked about it. Let's explore. He did a video about it earlier today. I love Sal. He's been a hell of a guy to me too. But we must have all seen the same video at the same time because we're all scratching our heads. I mean, I've heard it called God's money. I've never heard it called the devil's metal. And according to that video, that's been a term used for silver for years. And I'm like, where?
Yeah, I guess
it's the weirdest thing.
Traders, they call it that because they keep getting their ass handed to them with it, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That makes me think, okay, they're trying to turn us off of silver by making it sound like a bad thing because it's performing well. Why? Why don't they want us to want it?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Take over.
Okay, so Greg says that
I'm gonna pee really quick. You take over. I'll be right back.
So Greg says, see, when you get older like us guys, that you got to pee more often. You young kids, Greg. Okay, so if that's a banker's term, that's what they said pretty much. That's news to me. I've just never heard it. I think the timing's interesting though. It's just weird. I would have thought I would have heard it by now. See the wooden. Are you guys looking at what Gerald's saying in the chat? He loves to hammer on Nickel's stack, man. Although Nickel, my Nickel, I do think you should take Gerald up on his offer to have a debate because he might not be like Neil where you can't get a word in edgewise. We don't know. We've never seen him on screen. But I think you should take him up on that offer to have a debate on JM's channel, as long as y'all follow the rules and don't do it like Neil. Oh, you're wrong, man. If there's rules set out, that could be a good show. I'd be interested. Nickel. He's going to act like he don't hear it. Just like in the chat, he acts like he doesn't see it. Of course, I think he doesn't really see it half the time. Just call one the Nickel Troll. I am ready. Nickel is clueless about politics, but I love. Rick, here's the thing. He's right about a lot of things, but he just watched so many leftists, man. I mean, I want him to find someone that's a conservative that agrees with him. Because we're out there. I agree with a lot of what he says. The difference between him and me is when Trump does something good, I'll give him the credit. Nickel won't do that very often. I don't like that. If something good is done, hey, good job. If something bad is done, I don't care if you're my guy or the other guy. I'm not with that. And he just doesn't. I don't know. He's focused too much on that agenda.
Too much.
How was it?
Too much coffee.
Was it amazing? Feel better?
run down the hall.
Well, as we get older, man, it happens more frequently.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Especially when you got a big old prostate.
It's the size of Texas.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to Thailand. That'll be cool. Do you guys know when, or is that just in the planning stage?
No, we can't reveal when yet. 'Cause, like,
Okay.
We've done that before. We said, hey, we're going to be in Denver, and then like 400 people show up to the bar we're at. Like, causes major disruptions. For
that, that makes sense.
People want to go meet the economic ninja and like people like Neil McCoy Board and stuff like that.
That makes sense. I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, but we'd had a huge party in Denver. That was
damn right, Skywalker, 100%. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole bar was filled with just ninja viewers.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So if I was to run into Ninja in public, which I doubt would ever happen, and I was just to walk up and be like, "What's up, Travis? How you doing, Ninja?" What would he do? How would he respond? Would he just be like, "Hey, man, what's up? How's it going?" Would he just be like, totally cool? I bet he would.
If you meet him like at an event, then he'd probably be time crunched. But like if you saw him in a somewhere and you just waved to him and said like, "Thank you, great job," or whatever, he'd stop what he's doing and walk to you and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Shake your hand. What do you do? And he always wants to find out what you do for a living and how you can. He gives you like a little miniature consultation with everybody that stops by.
Yeah, I could see that about him. I could. I really could.
Yeah, it's weird. You can take any like you could say, "Oh, like I clean out septic tanks." And, "Oh, have you thought of doing this?" And if you do this with your truck, and then you do this, and you can mark it this way, and he'll just like a fire hose of just knowledge just spews out, and it's all killer ideas. I'm like, man, I never thought about that. Maybe I should start a septic tank business.
He is an interesting guy, and the one thing I'll say about him, Rick, his titles are sometimes kind of, I mean, they're catchy and they have to be to get views. I get it. But for a while, I'm like, all right, everything's coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. Not doom and gloom, just, wow, this is big. This is massive. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Rick. And if it is, I get what you're saying. But
yeah,
he's pretty interesting.
He's a lot to take for some people. Some people just don't like his style of making videos and the way he does them. But
some of his videos I've really enjoyed some of his stuff. I used to watch him all the time. I pop in once in a while now, but every time I do, I tend to enjoy his content. I'll say that.
Yeah, he's entertaining to watch. I mean, the one thing he gives like solutions. A lot of times,
yes,
like metal channels and all these financial channels, they just complain about the problems. Like, oh, Biden's doing this or Trump's doing that, and it's like this is going to cause a catastrophe here. It's like, okay, so now what? What do we do? But there's no solutions. We went to the Red Pill Expo in Louisiana, and this is like a bunch of people that are like red pill that know the system's all messed up. And every speaker on stage, they were just saying how everything's falling apart and everything's going to crush and everybody's going to be destroyed. And it's like, what do we do? What do we do? And nobody had solutions.
I agree. And
that was, you can't just buy precious metals and sit in a fort. Things are going to be, finances are falling apart everywhere. Buy precious metals and then sell it when you have your emergency. You need to do something else besides just buy precious metals, because you don't want to just sit and have things fall apart and then, oh, thank God I got my precious metals so I can sell it all. That would suck.
Yeah, that's true. And depending on, I mean, if that worst case scenario does happen, which I don't personally think the dollar is going to crash to zero. I think it's going to continue to inflate. I don't think that doomsday thing's coming. I used to years ago.
Yeah.
But what do you do? What's the solution?
Yeah.
I mean, it might happen, but it's not going to happen in my lifetime, I don't think.
Start businesses. Make money from your hobby. I've got businesses. The one I love the most makes me $1,000 a month, and that's selling crap on eBay. I love physical media, horror movies and heavy metal and stuff like that. So I like finding scores for 25 cents for this CD. And like, oh, I could sell that for $30. It's like,
Yep.
it's super fun. I love hunting for the deals. It's a blast.
Yep.
I could do that. I could survive just doing that. If I didn't have other work to do, I could put more time into just eBay, and I could fully live off that income. I could get it up to $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month.
It's nice. It's nice to have those options, isn't it?
Yeah. You just have to try things.
Interesting. See, another layer, man. Another layer. So you did that. What was that gold thing you did? You bought a 1/4 ounce a month. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
For a year.
Gold, yeah. Fractional gold Fiesta. I bought 4 different sizes every month. I bought a 1/4 ounce, a 1/10 ounce, a 5 gram, and a 1 gram, because I've always said, always save to get an ounce of gold, because if you buy fractional gold, it's a complete waste of money. You're wasting your time. You're just blowing all your money. I said all the stuff that everybody still says. I said, well, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to show everybody. And so I said, I'm going to find the cheapest 1/4 ounce every month and buy that. And I did it for all the metals, and it ended up being way better to just buy fractional along the way. Of course, we're in a bull market, and it kind of helped it. But
what's up, Doc?
Well, I can't remember.
Totally.
Somebody else pointed out that, like, even if it's in a down market, you still have the metal and you get rid of the sheets of paper. It doesn't matter.
2.5 years ago or so, I was of that mentality, save up, buy an ounce. And then it made more sense than it does now, because the premiums were high on fractional. But see, here's the kicker.
Yeah.
With the way gold's been performing, the premium doesn't matter on fractional.
Yeah.
Because it's been kicking ass. I mean, we may be at the end of that bull run, or it may slow down for a while, but over the last year or so, dude, that fractional premium, it did not matter, because tomorrow you're making that and then some back with the way it was killing. I mean, it was just killing it, dude.
Yeah, and I think people have like a shorter timeline. They're like thinking, well, if you buy it and a year later, if you're holding it for like 10, 20 years, the premiums don't really matter. Just get rid of the sheets of paper. Because I've got a gram of gold that I paid $26 for.
Wow.
The premium on that was probably 50%. It was an insane premium. And it's like, who cares? Over time, who cares? It's just
right.
Now I got more gold. So
what do you think about 90% right now, with some of the refiners not buying 90% and all that? I think it's a good time to buy it.
Yeah, take advantage of the stuff that's the cheap stuff. Buy stuff that nobody wants.
Yep, I agree. And I started getting back into 90%. And then when Hero had that deal, $2 under spot per ounce, hell yes, happy Thanksgiving to me. About 4 too. And God, I need them to get here. They haven't been shipped yet because I'm cheap and I used e-check, so I could avoid the fee, from debit. But
wasn't the premiums? Was it the? Maybe you guys would know better, because I never really paid too much attention to 90%. But I'd buy it. I've got quite a bit of it. And I like it, but I wasn't like in 2001 or 2021, 2022. Wasn't the premium on constitutional silver? Wasn't that like higher than bullion?
Way higher.
Really? Yeah. So buy what's
that's what I'm thinking is going to happen again, or could happen again, when the refiners are like, hey, we're buying 90% again. And people told me I was nuts for this. Remember when ASEs were extremely high on premiums?
Yeah.
I told people I told people when the premiums go down, buy ASEs when they're back to $3, $4, $5 over, right? Buy them, because the mint every couple of years fails to meet their production demands, and then they're worth a ton of dough in premium. Dude, my LCS that I don't deal with at the time, he was paying like $38 or $35 to buy them from you, for a premium.
Yeah, what was
you know how much free friggin' metal that is?
Oh,
he was paying more for the premium than silver was worth at the time. Wow. A lot of places were. So I think I bought 100 of them when the price went down to normal, because the next time that happens, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take those ASEs. I'm going to sell them to some sucker that's going to pay 3 times what they should for them, and I'm going to buy more private mint generic metal for free.
Yeah,
it's just a cycle, and people just don't get it. And I think 90% has potential to do that again. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, they're not making it anymore, so
right.
And it just goes in and out of favor. Some people like this, and some people like that, and it just changes. Like, so when the premium's cheap, buy the crap out of it. But I never like got just into one thing, I'd buy everything. So if the premiums on like buffaloes are cheap, then buy buffaloes.
I've been buying a lot of buffaloes for that reason, and also, and I've said this before. See, the buffalo I had before you, it's just a radio buffalo. It's not shiny. It's not pretty. And I like the plain, boring buffaloes if I can get them for a low premium, because it hurts less to sell. Now, the proof buffaloes by like Asahi, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, those things are amazing. I've got a tube of those.
Beautiful.
I don't want to sell them, even though they're generic.
And that's the point. Like, we're stackers. We like the shiny shit because it's appealing. And I'm sorry, but it's easier for me to sell this than it is a nice Asahi that's all proofed out.
Yeah,
same thing. So I want as many of these as I can get. That way, if I got to sell it, it hurts just a little bit less, for my ego, even though the value is the same.
Yeah, that's one of the mistakes I made, was buying too much stuff that's like cool, like Queen's Beast stuff and all the fancy weird stuff. And I mean, it's fun and it's cool to show on the channel, but it's like, man, I don't want to sell that stuff. But
somewhere I got a Tudor's Beast 10th ounce gold or 4-ounce gold piece somewhere, and that thing's freaking gorgeous, dude.
Yeah. I was doing the series. I gave up on it because I was like, man, I got to stop buying the stuff that I don't want to get rid of.
Yep, that's right.
So I'm trying to think of it more clinically, even with some of the nicer stuff that I have, like Germania stuff. I'm like, man, that stuff, I probably shouldn't have bought it, but it looked cool and I really like it. But how often do I go get it and look at it?
Yep, I know. And boring bullion wins. How about that?
Yeah. Boring bullion.
Yeah.
Just plain old bars of metal.
You have the best, and I should have put it in the thumbnail, but you have the best saying ever on a channel sticker. Expect to self-rescue. Does it get any better than that for the financial community? I mean, really? Or any community, preppers? That's
a combat term, yeah. You're in charge of yourself. You need to make sure you're self-rescuing yourself, because nobody's coming.
Yep. No, and that's funny because you get the people on the left and the right. It's cult mentality on both sides. They're like, "Oh, my guy's in. Things are good now." No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, people they think they can elect prosperity or something like that.
Yeah, just like people think you can tax people into prosperity. Does not work.
Yeah,
you can tax people into poverty.
You can't tax the rich either, because the rich don't own anything. They have corporations, and the corporations have expenses. Like
exactly right.
Isn't Jason, I think he pays like 1/10 of 1% in taxes.
When you said you can't tax the rich that don't own anything, I was like, oh, wait a minute, but you said it. They own corporations. So I don't want to tax the rich because they own Walmarts and Nikes, and they own the businesses that I, the consumer, buy things from. So if they have to pay more taxes, what are they going to do to their prices? Oh, yeah, raise them on me, the consumer. Nope, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's mainly just theater to get, us arguing amongst ourselves, because the people that would be in charge of implementing taxes on the rich, they are the rich. They're not going to, and the rich people that pay them, they're not going to stab their money bags in the back. So it's just to argue, oh, we got to tax the rich, even though they don't believe that. They're like, that's never going to happen.
And I think the common person that wants to tax the rich because they think it's going to help them, I don't really think they understand the whole thing. I don't. I think they believe, hey, this is going to help put more money in my pocket, and if someone else is paying it, that's a win for me. Which, number one, is that's just evil thinking. And number two, that's just not how it works. That's not how it works.
No, the middle class pays all taxes.
That's correct.
Paid by the middle class. Even though people say, like, oh, the top 1% pay 90%, or like, nah, I don't think so.
Just like what they're trying to tell people now, the stock market's being held together by 7 companies. That's a bunch of crap, because I buy stocks every day. And I have investments that have nothing to do with those 7 companies that are doing very, very well. Some of them aren't. Some of them are doing bad. Some of them are doing well. But just the lies they feed us for whatever narrative they want to pump that day, it's amazing. And if people don't know about what they're talking about, what these people are pumping, what they're talking about, if they don't have firsthand knowledge, they're liable to believe everything they say.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Even if it is, it's like Okay, 7 companies hold up the whole market. Okay, now what? What are you going to do? It's like,
right.
It's like, oh, the market's going to crash. Okay, what are you going to do about it? You need to do something.
Well, and it's just like when I hear people say, and I don't know that I believe this because a lot of people have IRAs and 401ks, which are connected to the market. But when a lot of people say things like, oh, only 1% of Americans own stocks, that makes them elite. Okay, what are you going to do? Oh, buy stocks, become the elite. If that's true, become that 1%. You can buy a stock for you can get a brokerage account started for $5. What's the solution? Just sit there and bitch about it. Oh, all these rich people have stocks.
These evil corporations don't pay any taxes. Okay, well, now you know the secret. Start a corporation, don't pay taxes.
Yeah. And get that LLC and don't pay taxes. And or invest in those corporations via the stock market and share those profits with them. Hello. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, BlackRock owns the world. Cool. Buy some pieces of BlackRock in the stock market. Ride that wave.
Yeah, I bought some Broadcom.
And that's just an example, but
data centers are all the rage. So I own some Broadcom stock. I mean, why not buy stock in the companies that are building the data centers? Because you know that's not going to stop. They're going to not ride their coattails.
Right. All these, it's just like you said, all these people that bitch about things. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to take advantage? How are you going to position yourself? You know, just like in 2020, I thought people that closed businesses down over something that they were afraid of that really they shouldn't have been, and then pumping something to go into your body to protect you from something that won't kill you, that might actually kill you by putting in your body. That was asinine. But how am I going to make money? And I figured out how I was going to make money on it.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I didn't have to like the narrative.
Imagine what future generations are going to think of us. They're like, man, there was a cold that went around and everybody like basically stopped working, and it's like, and then they started making experimental drugs in there. Like,
and honestly, the people that pump that narrative that put so many businesses out of business, I was so angry at them for that narrative. I wanted to make some money off of them, and I found a way to do it. And I don't feel bad about it. Huh?
Oh, buy some Pfizer stock.
I bought Novavax and I made 4,700%.
Yeah.
Off the idiots that I couldn't stand that were, drinking the Kool-Aid because I hated what they did to the world. And, I actually, I'm going to be honest with you, I had a moral issue with it at first, but then I realized this is going to happen with or without my participation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I never lied. I always told people the truth. I said, don't take this. Oh, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to make money off you when you don't listen to me. And that's what I did. At least I was honest.
Yeah, and it's all just political stuff. It's like,
like,
the Republicans don't, are against the vaccines. It's like, isn't it? It's Trump that started the warp speed stuff. It's like, so
that's correct.
You're saying to take Trump's vaccine because Trump did a good thing by having this vaccine? No, just a way to get people to argue with each other.
And it's just like, and I'll be honest with you, I voted for Trump in 2016 proudly, and I voted for him again in 2020. I didn't want to, but I hated Joe that much. This last election, I voted for myself because I wasn't voting for either one of them. But in 2018, my guy I voted for that I was fully behind, that was the 2A president. Wait a minute, you banned my bump stock, which happened to be on my AK?
Yeah.
That's not what a conservative 2A guy would do. And all these Trumpeteers kept saying, oh, he's giving a little to get a little. I'm like, that's not what he's doing. That's not how this works. And then he comes out in support of red flag laws. Well, you are not the 2A guy. You told me you were. I figured out then that if he lied about that, I can't trust him on anything else because I don't know where he's coming from. What's that?
Take the guns first and worry about due process later.
Correct. He said that. He said it on Fox. He said it on CNBC. The video is the same. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And I sat there and I looked at him, I'm like, you lied about that. You probably lied about everything. I can't trust the man. And it really.
Are you insinuating that politicians lie?
Never. But what gets me to this day is that his cult followers still can't see that. It's amazing. And I used to be a Q-tard. I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a QAnon. Well, I wasn't a QAnon, but I was going down that path. I'm glad I came back to reality. I'm definitely more right than I am left. I'm not left much, but I don't like any of them anymore. I don't trust any of them.
Yeah, I don't
trust me
to it much anymore. It doesn't affect me. I mean, even whoever the president is, was it?
Let me ask you a couple questions. Are you gonna put your pants on and go to work tomorrow, no matter who's in office?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give up your guns, no matter who's in office and tells you have to? Yeah. I'm not. I mean, so
Barack Obama had the highest chance of banning, stuff, but
he never did it.
He couldn't do it.
Honestly, I don't think he was gonna. Do you know that he actually expanded our 2A rights, and I can't figure that out? Did you know that? He is the reason that you can carry in a national park. He did that, and
oh, really?
Yes, and that perplexed me. No, that was Obama, and that perplexed me because I was like, that doesn't fit your narrative. So I see all these politicians doing the things they say they're not going to do, and I'm like, y'all are just politicians. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, the less you pay attention to them, the better your life is.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's true because it will consume you. Look at Nickel. Yeah, and he did. He picked red flag Blvd as AG. I mean, that should be a clue. Look at Nickel. He is almost every video he does. Trump did this, man. Trump did that, man. It consumes people. It just does. And I got people on Facebook. They post
Pam Bondi. Nickel says he picked Bondi. I call her Scam Blondie.
That's Scam Blondie. I call her red flag Blondie, but that's funny.
Yeah, the FCC is on my desk. We're releasing it tomorrow. Like,
it's a hoax. Dude, I know. People can be lied to, and they justify it. It's amazing. I don't trust any of them.
Though for a 60-something-year-old man,
she ain't bad. I think Boebert's pretty hot. Lauren Boebert.
I don't know who that is. I pay so little.
She's part of Congress.
Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi.
Kristi Noem's pretty hot.
Politicians. That's about it.
Kristi Noem's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. You're right, 100%. I'm trying to think who else is hot. Pelosi. No, I'm just kidding.
AOC.
Oh God. Oh, AOC's way hot, dude. Way hot. Just
keep her mouth.
She's an idiot, but she's way hot. And Nickel finally, he always used to, no, man, she's terrible, man. The other night he's like, I gotta be honest with you. She was in a video. She looked pretty hot. I'm like, yeah, dummy. She's an idiot.
The dancing college video.
Yeah, she's an idiot. But if her and I were hanging out, I wouldn't plan on letting her do much talking. She'd be kind of busy, if you know what I'm saying. She's hot, but she's an idiot. Poor Nickel. Trump lives in. Yeah, Trump does take a lot of space in Nickel's head. 100%. Why are we talking politics? That's a waste of damn time. Yeah. They're all liars. They're all liars and cheats and serve their own agenda.
It doesn't further our lives.
Nope. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm going to work tomorrow. No matter who's in office, I'm keeping my guns. No matter who's in office. Oregon passed some stuff that I was like, yeah, thank you for the offer, but no thanks. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't change my life in a lot of ways. Not sure taxes and things like that, but overall, my day to day is not going to change, man.
Yeah.
Not much.
You have to go over to Kira's Bake Shop and get a cinnamon roll over in Lake Oswego.
Why? Who's Kira?
Kira's Bake Shop?
Yeah.
She was like, I think she won Cupcake Wars every time she went on it. And her bakery is all gluten-free. And so instead of using flour, she uses almond flour, which tastes way better than regular flour.
I agree.
And her cinnamon rolls they're mind-blowing. They're amazing.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, just right across from you.
Yeah, Lake Oswego's not far. I'm basically just outside of Selwood, so just boom, right over the Selwood Bridge, dude, to 47 or 43, whatever it is, and I'm there.
I used to live in Lake Big Eagle.
Crazy. So do you go to different states very often?
Yeah. So I haven't been to. I've got an Oregon office, but I haven't been there since 2020.
You have an office in Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Northwest.
Are you ever going to come out to it?
I don't know. I don't need to.
Sure you do, because we need to sit down and have a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, you got to come to the free states.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, so I'm going to
avoiding Portland just because of how they kind of destroyed it.
Oh, it's a mess. By the way,
when I was there, it was heartbreaking seeing how.
Oh, it's gross. It's gross. Rick asked earlier where you live, and I know, but I don't. I mean, I don't know if you want people to know that.
I live in Michigan. I live in Portland, Oregon, of 30 years ago. Grand Rapids is like Portland was 30 years ago.
And I've been here for 45 years. You're not lying. Portland was cool back then.
The river going through it with the bridges and the microbreweries and the weirdos downtown with the big, huge gauge earrings that aren't like all social just warriors. I remember in Portland, they used to go to
Troutdale.
and you could sit with like a dude in a suit and another dude with a big bone through his nose, and everybody be laughing and yucking it up, and they didn't know each other and they didn't care. But
Right.
now, you can't do that now.
And now you meet some chick in a bar in Portland, you don't know if she's a chick or not anymore. Dude, it's gnarly out here. You know those memes? It says dating in 2025, and there's a dude, and he's asking some chick, "So have you always been a woman?" Dude, that ain't no joke, man. I'm telling you. You never know anymore. I'm not saying it's happened to me. It hasn't, but I'm just saying, like, I bet you it happens more than people think to people. Yeah, Portland didn't used to be too bad. Now it's a shit show. It's a wreck.
Yeah, I loved it there. When I was,
so I'm working on a little plan, kind of. Since you brought up going to a free state, I really want to go to Idaho, but that's
where everybody's going. That's where everybody's going. Idaho will be like Oregon eventually.
I agree, but I'm 45. I'm in 30 years. I'm dead. So by the time that happens, I've kicked off. It doesn't matter to me, but it does matter. I'm actually working on a little something. I'm looking at 10 to 20 acres in southeastern Oregon. I'm not going to say where because I don't know yet for sure. I am talking to the city people or the county people. I have questions I want to ask her. I can buy a house on Amazon for $18,000. It's just me. I'm not married. I don't have any kids. Mm-hmm. Buy a little tiny home. But I'm trying to figure out what that's going to cost because I can get acreage out there for about $500 to $1,000 an acre.
Yeah, that's dirt cheap. It's going to be the permitting is going to be more expensive than the house and the land. And
I'm actually going to call her on Monday and talk to her about that because I sent her an email and she responded, but it was right before Thanksgiving. I want to know what I'm up against before I buy land, obviously.
Yeah,
but out there is a completely different world than Western Oregon.
Yeah, very different. Figure out all the permitting, what all that stuff costs. Because a lot of them have even like Christmas Valley, where it used to be super cheap. The permits are insane now.
Well, okay. Well, that's where I'm looking. Actually, is Christmas Valley. To be honest with you, and I'm talking. I'm going to call her on Monday. We're going to discuss something. She's like, I asked her questions. She goes, "Can I just have your number? Because there's so much to go over." I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, I'll be free on Monday. So I'm going to call her. She'll call me.
Drive out there and meet in person and just lay it all out and say, here's what I want to do.
That's what I'm going to do. Yep, that's my plan. So depending on how that phone call goes, I'll know if I'm going to pursue, move forward with that or not. And the goal is to buy the land next year and then put the house on it within a couple, 2 to 3 years. Not to live in, not as an investment property. It'll be a vacation home until I retire, and then I'll have somewhere to go with a paid-off plot of land and a paid-off house that all I got to do is pay the government to stay in the form of property tax, which is about $9 a month out there with no house on it. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap out there.
It is. And West Texas Stacker, I was telling him about it. He goes, there's nothing out there. And in all caps, I said, exactly. I'll buy a little mosquito helicopter or a paramotor and just fly and have fun on my product. You know what I mean? It's a different world, dude.
You get snow out there too.
Yes. And and my Power Stroke wants some snow. So does the Pathfinder. We want snow.
Yeah, when it snows in Portland, you got to go over to the Multnomah Athletic Club and watch the cars slide down the hill. It's kind of fun. And I think there's lots of YouTube videos on that.
You know what I should do if it snows this year? I should buy another tow rope, another tow strap for the Power Stroke, and pull you out $50, dude. I'll make a killing because people are idiots.
Yeah, and if they're poor, then do it for free. Yeah, charge to pull out the Mercedes and the Range Rovers, and then if they're driving some clapped out Honda, say, "Oh, I got you. I'll take care of you."
You know what's funny though? If the guy driving the clapped out Honda is a guy like you, me, or Ninja, he's got some money.
Ninja used to drive a clapped out Honda, lowered with spray painted. The paint job was spray painted, and it had like the fart can exhaust on it.
Oh yeah, there's another guy on YouTube I really like. He's an Indian dude in a turban. His channel name is the Minority Mindset, and it's not because he's a racial minority. It's because the minority mindset of investing, and he talks about that all the time. He's like, "Look, I drive a beater. I don't care. I got a lot of money." Yeah, and there's I call it pop, looking poor, but I also call pop poor on paper. I do have some assets that they know about, which sucks. But for a long time, I was strictly physical metal. But as far as the government knew, dude, I was dirt poor. And that's what I wanted, poor on paper pop. And when I'm out in public, I don't want people to know I have any kind of net worth.
Yeah.
And I don't want, because then they expect something out of me.
Yeah, I drive a rusty old car.
Yeah.
I mean, here you kind of have to because cars rust out.
Old roads, yeah. But is it reliable?
Oh yeah, it's a Jeep 4.0.
Does the heat work?
Yeah, barely.
You got AC.
It's got a little airflow, so because there's holes in it and stuff, but it works.
Damn.
It's kind of like driving a snowcat. We're having a blizzard here right now, so it's kind of fun.
Oh my! Wait, who's in the closet? Nicholas Cross, property tax. Yeah. So, Greg, you're up in Washington, right? Because I'm actually in Milwaukie, just outside of Portland.
Yeah, Washington's insane with the property taxes there.
Washington sucks, but so does Multnomah County.
Yeah, I had a house there. The property taxes there were just unbelievable.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, if y'all notice, the high property taxes always tend to be in the blue areas. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, I guess that's not yeah, because you take like Dallas or Austin, that's pretty blue now. So, yeah, I just want to live alone on some property and not be bothered with low property tax, property tax is ridiculous. We're going to charge you a monthly fee, essentially, to own stuff. All right. That's awesome. That's not theft at all, is it?
Yeah. I think you can form an LLC and put your house in that and then write off the taxes from your taxes.
I could do an LLC and it could be my YouTube studio. Would that work?
Yeah. I think you can write off a car too if you do videos in your car. Like Ninja, he bought like this Porsche, like hundreds of thousands of dollars Porsche. It's a studio.
Interesting. A buddy of mine years ago, well, by years ago, I mean 2 years ago, he had a stacking channel. He deleted it because he's on to bigger and better things in his personal life. But he goes, man, he goes, you buy a lot of metal that you show consistently. I'm like, yeah. He goes, you should look into seeing if you can get an LLC and use that as a tax write-off to some degree for like YouTube videos for like a prop. I'm like, I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I thought of that too. I'm like, hey, I'm buying this stuff to show on the channel, but I guess you probably could write it off, but then you got to claim it when you sell it, pay the tax.
Right, which
I don't know if it would be any different than just buying it and selling it. Because
I don't know either. And you know what's funny is the few times I've had to sell metals, oddly enough, I've never claimed it because it's always been at a loss. Even if the price didn't go down, it's very strange how that worked.
Yeah.
Nickel, check your friggin' Facebook. What's that?
Like, I don't plan on selling my stuff. I mean, if you watch Johnny Bravo's channel, he's even started talking about what I've talked about. Is like, you don't sell your gold. A lot of people want to sell it and take profits to get sheets of paper. If you vault it, you can take out a loan against it, and then instead of paying 50% capital gains tax after state, federal, and local, you can write off the interest of the loan. So why would you sell the metal and get half of the money?
That's a fair point.
Keep the metal, take out a loan, and buy like an investment that brings in more cash, and write off. Why would you sell it? You never sell your assets. The rich people don't sell assets. They don't get rid of it.
No, that's true. And if you do sell an asset, if you come into a point where you have to sell an asset and you're doing it for profit, and you just leave that money in that cash in your safe, that's a bad way to go. That's when you want to put it in a nice quality dividend paying ETF with a 10 to 12% annual return on top of the dividend. You got it. I mean, there's nothing. If you're going to hold cash, you better figure out a way to make that cash become more cash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the cash.
I love cash. Cash what?
I learned that from some Greeks that I worked with. They're like, cash is worthless. It's just sheets of paper. You gotta do something with it. You can't just. Like, poor people save money, and rich people save assets. Okay, I must have missed something. Sure, blame your failures and shortcomings on Trump. Such cop out, eh? Yeah, I agree with people. Oh, this politician screwed me. It's probably a side topic in the chat, probably. Yeah, I'm just wondering what I missed. Yeah, that's true. Well, here it's 10,000, but what's interesting is, oddly enough, some LCSs, if they know you, they just kind of forget to even bring out the paperwork. They've told me. I've never sold them $10,000 in metals. No, Doc, I have not bought any pew-pews, but I bought just under 20 ounces of silver on Thanksgiving deals, and I have until March
to buy the last 2 guns I need for my collection without having to get a permit to purchase in this stupid liberal state. So I will be buying 2 more guns before March. I'll be buying a 44 and a 30-06. Because I already have a 44 lever action rifle. I want a 44 wheel gun.
I want to get
because I want it. I really want a 50 BMG, but I have to be realistic at this point.
I want to get a snubby and start carrying a snub nose.
44?
No, 38 plus P.
I've got a 38 that's not a snub. It's like a 3 or 4 inch barrel. But I do have, and it's got that OD green color with the black, like one of my ARs. I call them twins. It's a 357. Right? It's a 357 Charter Arms snubby, and I love that gun. Oddly enough, it was defective when I bought it. The timing was off in the cylinder, so I sent it back to Charter, and they did a great job. And they didn't charge me a dime. They covered shipping. They did a really good job. And then my other snub nose revolver, I bought a Charter Arms 8-round 22 Magnum. I love that thing. It's so light. And 8 rounds of 22, that ought to take care of 1 or 2 guys. That thing's phenomenal. I love that gun.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I like Charter a lot.
A Smith & Wesson, like Airweight or something like that. One of the hammerless ones.
Yep.
I want to get one of those.
I like those.
I've had a couple, but I got rid of them. I want to get another one again just because I always think like I watched like some training videos, and I've done training and stuff also. And I mean, if you're going to use a gun, it's a lot of times it's just face to face. You're with somebody, and so if you can put something right up against somebody and pull the trigger, it's a lot easier because you're not going to be shooting people across the mall, you know. Right,
and that's why I figure 8 rounds of 22 mag. That's a bad day. That's a good buy, Doc. I love. So I have a Ruger SR22 POS. It was cool, but it's poorly designed. I have a Ruger 1022. That's a classic. It's a great gun. I have a Ruger 5.56 that I'm not loving at the moment. I've had some problems with it. One of the pins was bad when I bought it, so the barrel would break. And I was like, okay, I'll deal with that instead of sending it back. But this is what my Ruger 5.56 did to me the other day. It's stuck like this. There's my 44 Magnum lever action behind it. So the mag won't drop. Okay. And it won't charge.
Have you tried it? Did you try Pogo?
Yeah, I've tried it all. So I'm taking it to my buddy who's a hell of a gunsmith. But my point is that Ruger has been problematic since the day I bought. I mean, it's had problems. My PSA AR has been phenomenal. So I like a lot of Ruger stuff. I like the LCP. I like the LCR. I like the 1022. Overall, I like my 5.56, but their SR series sucks. I'm kind of I'm kind of pissed off at Ruger at the moment, and I know they'd fix it if I sent it to them, but that's not the point. So I love Ruger, but man, there's a couple models that I've not had good luck with.
You got to take
the LCP and the LCRs are great.
You got to shoot the new LCPs. You got to shoot them a lot to work out any bugs. Because I had one that I sent back to the factory 3 times.
And see, I love LCR and LCP. I have a Ruger P89 DAO 9 that I bought when I was young. Let's put it that way. That thing's a friggin' tank. I mean, it's hard to conceal except in the winter. But
you kill somebody with it when you throw it at them.
It's a phenomenal gun, though, dude.
They're reliable. I had one, a P89 DC.
Yep, I love the P89, but I do like the LCR and I do love the LCP series a lot. It's funny you ask, Doc. It's funny you ask if my 44 is a Rossi. Yes and no. There are stampings on it from both Rossi and Taurus. And
yeah,
it's a sweet gun.
Yeah, Rossi is a Taurus company. They're in the same building, I think.
I did not know that. That makes more sense.
Yeah, when Taurus took them over, I think they took.
Taurus took them over, but I guess that makes sense that they'd keep the stampings. Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, Rossi used to be crappy.
Taurus took over Beretta too, right? I think.
Oh, I know that they have a license to create the
92F.
Yeah,
maybe that's what I'm thinking of, which is the sexiest 9mm ever.
Yeah, I got a few of the 92S's that has the mag release down here on the grip. They were surplus, Italian police surplus ones because I don't care about the magazine release being in an awkward spot because it's just a range toy. I bought like 3 of them because they were $199 each. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy 3 of these things.
So I have 4 carry guns, 4 everyday carry guns I alternate between. My Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm shield, great gun. My 357, which I don't carry much, the Charter I should. the 22 8-round Magnum, 22 Magnum Charter revolver. I carry that a lot. And then the one I have now, which I'm not going to show it on camera because, and here's my theory behind this. When I went to buy my my last 12 gauge, I was at the gun shop and I saw a gun, and it was not black. There's black on it, but it wasn't black, and it wasn't gunmetal gray like most guns. And it's a very bright color. And I was going to go with pink. I didn't care, and I'll tell you guys why. It's a Sky 9mm. They went out of business, but I paid like $250 for it. So it's a great little piece. If something breaks, I'm screwed, like a firing pin probably. But it's a very bright color. And the reason I did that is because I've been seeing a lot of things in the news around here. And it happened to a guy that was helping us remodel our new location, actually, on his way to work one day. People are getting into road rage incidents, and they're saying other people are, they're calling the cops and saying, hey, this guy pointed a gun at me. It's been happening in Washington, too. And my theory is, how do you prove that you didn't do it? Well, I'm going to ask cop, what color was the gun I waved at them? Because I would never do that. And most likely they're going to say black or silver. My gun is an extremely bright color. I kind of wanted the revolver that's yellow, or the pistol that's yellow, that's actually painted yellow and says DeWalt on it. That's cool, but that's not what it is. But I went with the very visible color for a carry piece, so that chances are, if someone makes a false accusation, it ain't going to be that color. Yeah, and I would have gone with pink. I would have gone with purple. Do not care.
Yeah,
honestly,
never thought of that.
Yep. I mean, I started watching that, and I'm like, you know what? I need a pink gun. Seriously, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, Doc mentioned, have you ever handled a Kimber 357 Magnum revolver? Yeah, I had one of those for a while, and it was a beautiful. That's one of the top contenders for my next. But
I like Kimber.
I'm not sure if I don't know if they're all 357, because I just care that it handles 38 Special Plus P, because I'm not going to carry 357 because that just beats the crap out of you. And it's hard.
That sure does.
Especially in the sun.
I'll tell you one brand of firearm that I used to speak really highly of that now I just can't support. Do you have a guess?
Kimber?
Nope. I love Kimber. They're too expensive.
Nope. I like the Clackamas Kimbers, but not the New York Kimbers, other than the revolver.
Because of how SIG has refused to deal with their P320 issues, just going off and discharging for no reason and not owning up to the problem, I can no longer support SIG. I don't have any SIGs, but I would have bought SIG. I thought they were a great weapon until that. And they refuse to take responsibility. There are countless videos. There are police departments all over banning them because they're like, hey, we don't want our guys getting shot, or civilians. How do you not deal with that? Taurus had a model that did that, and they fixed it immediately. I mean, I got no respect for SIG after that.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's just a huge liability, and the fact that they take no responsibility is, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think I've got like 4 of the P320s. I got different ones. I got like the M17 or M18. I got like one of those Legion.
And they're sweet guns. Have you ever had it go off on its own?
No.
Have you?
A lot. I did 80% receivers for them.
That might be why you haven't had a problem. But have you seen all the videos of this happening? It's been going on for a couple of years.
Yeah, I've seen the YouTube videos where just
it's insane, dude.
Their holster, they're not even touching it.
Okay, and there's the one guy that is not welcome on this channel. That's Kenji, being the troll that he is. He thinks I'm a poor Uber driver, and a lot of Uber drivers make money. He's a fake. He claims he has Lambos, yet he refuses to prove it to me. He's fake, and he is the only person on this channel that gets banned. See ya. I don't like trolls. Yeah, I don't like fake money.
I'm a Glock fanboy too, Doc. But I've got one that I don't carry it anymore. I used to carry a Glock 35, which is kind of a long slide 40 caliber. But I switched to a P01 CZ.
Oh, that's a nice weapon.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And Gerald said he's a John Wick fan. I'm a John Wick fan too, and I wanted to build a clone of his HK. I can't remember which model it was. There's an HK that's got these certain mods of a compensator and some stuff on it. I wanted to build a John Wick clone HK.
See? I think you can see the little color. Okay, it's bright orange. It is. I mean, y'all saw it probably, but this is my carry piece, because what are the chances of someone making a false accusation and it looking like that?
You have to paint the slide Dayglow green so it even stands out.
Yeah, I thought about that, dude. I thought about that. But that's my daily as of late. $269. I went there to pick up my shotgun when it arrived for the FFL transfer. Dude, when was this? This was like summer or something. I was on CDNN Sports, and I bought a couple guns from them, PSA, Buds. Those are the online dealers I have used. I shit you not. I saw a 12-gauge pump. I have my 20-gauge pump took a dump, and I can't get parts for it, so I got a 20-gauge semi-auto, which is a lot of fun. I saw a 12-gauge pump for $100 on CDNN, brand new. I was like, no way. And I bought it thinking,
one of those Turkish ones?
I think it was made in Turkey. I don't remember the brand name. And because it was so cheap, they charged me $30 for shipping. I'm like, whatever. And I had to pay the FFL fee at the gun store, of course, right? I got that thing total $169 for a 12-gauge pump. I've taken that Hummer out 3 times. It's badass. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last, but
there's some people that beat the crap out of those Turkish guns, and they seem to be working good.
I've never had an issue with it, dude. I've probably put 200-300 rounds through it. It's great. No, it's brand new, Nickel. I just told you that. It says new in the description. Y'all are going to laugh. I'm not the biggest 45 fan, although I've changed my thinking on it in certain respects. But I have 145, and I do dig it, and I've changed my opinion on 45. 45 is perfect for some things.
Won't focus.
Do you know what? You're just taunting me now, dude.
I like 45s.
You're just taunting me, dude. I got a box right here. Okay. I like. Well, this is just ball ammo because I don't carry my 45. But I like 45 a lot more than I used to. But you guys would laugh if I told you what I bought for a 45 and how perfectly reliable. It's ugly and it's big, but it's flawless. And I didn't buy it as a carry piece. I bought a High Point, and honestly, it's a pretty good gun.
Yeah, they're reliable.
It's ugly as sin.
Oh yeah,
but it was like $20 brand new, and it's flawless in how it performs.
Yeah, they work.
And it's ugly and it's not comfortable to handle because it's so big and bulky. But it's not why I bought it. I bought it just to have it. 45, baby. See, I'm not a hater anymore. I think 45 is probably the perfect round for self-defense if you're not shooting through a barrier. However, the other round that's probably my favorite self-defense round is this. You know what that is?
Well, I can't remember. I think you mentioned it. This looks like it's
a 22 TCM. It's a neck down 9 shell, and I can get a barrel that shoots 9mm out of this 1911. But the 22 TCM, it actually penetrates level 3 body armor. Not that that's my intent, but I'm just saying that's pretty impressive. It comes out of the barrel of a handgun at about 2,000 feet per second. It is a gnarly round, and the damage it does is probably even more significant than a 5.7. I've watched a lot of comparisons. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got a lot of the 5.7 ammo. I got one of those.
I love 5.7. Yes, I don't have one. It came down to this or a 5.7, and I bought this just because nobody else has it. You know what I mean?
Got to be expensive for that, though, doesn't it?
It is, and I can't always get it. It sucks. And I really, honestly, I don't like the 1911 for a carry caliber because I don't like guns with safeties for carry. This is my only EDC that has a safety on it. Is the one I just showed you, but the way it's designed, there's no way it's going to engage itself, which I've had happen on certain guns. I like a stiff trigger pull and no safety because I've had safeties engage themselves, and I can't have that as they get worn, and you're carrying in the holster. But I don't like the 1911 for carry because I don't like safety, and it's got like a 3-pound trigger pull. But I kind of want to buy the other TCM. It's like the TCM 9S or something. It's a compact. It shoots a slightly different round, which is even harder to get. I kind of want to buy that before March too, because it's in Oregon. Unless you purchase something pre-whatever 2020, 2022, and you can prove it, you can't carry that magazine if it's over 10 rounds. Oregon's getting bad. So I need to buy another subcompact in that caliber because this is a 17+1. Because I might want to carry the TCM at some point. So I really need to buy 3 more guns. Shit, I better make some money.
You probably need a 40 caliber also. Because like when there's big ammo panics and all the ammo's gone, 40 caliber on the shelf. That's why I've got a few 40 caliber handguns, just because sometimes that's the only option.
I guess that's a fair point. I'm not a huge fan of the 40. But that's not a bad point because the guns they don't handle the pressure very well, and they break down faster over time. But that's a fair point. I'll tell you a caliber I shot that I really don't care for is 357 SIG. I didn't care for it. It was just
I don't have anything in that caliber.
It was my neighbors. We went to the gun range. It had a butt ton of recoil, and it was just which I don't mind, but it was just very not comfortable to shoot.
That and 10 millimeter, yeah. Never got.
I shot my buddy's 10 millimeter a couple months ago in the woods. The first time I ever shot a 10, and it was actually not bad. I was surprised. It was pretty smooth.
Yeah,
and that right there, Greg, is why I'm buying the 44 Magnum revolver because I already have the lever action. That's going to be my bear gun, my first sidearm when I go in the woods. The 44, because the 44 will get it done. The 45 probably will not. Yeah, I love guns.
Yeah, they're fun hobby.
And it bothers me because I never leave home without it. That's just the way it is. I've got my Oregon, my Washington, which there should be reciprocity between the two, but there's not. Yeah. I got my Oregon, my Washington, and my Arizona. And my Arizona gets me Vegas and a whole bunch of other states. Now, if I lived in Arizona, the same permit would also give me Colorado, which is stupid. But I'm good in more states than not. So why can't I have over 10 rounds? I'm not the problem. It's so stupid, dude. It's just so stupid.
Just to keep us arguing with each other. That's all it's for.
Well, but it limits certain weapons I can carry because if I ever have to use it in self-defense, that gives the DA too much ammo, so to speak. It just drives me nuts. I mean, certain things are banned that I still, we'll take out in the woods. I mean, this is America. Leave me alone. But this just sucks. Get a single action 44. Yeah, I'm good with that. I want a wheel gun. Probably get a 5-round.
One. I've got a black powder one.
I'm going with a Taurus for it too. The price is right, and there's a rebate. Unfortunately, it'll be hard to conceal because I think it's like a 3.5-inch barrel. That's a big barrel on 44 as far as concealability. It's not a snub, but I'll carry the 357 for a snub. That packs plenty of punch, I think. That's a good weapon. Good caliber.
I always thought it'd be
Bonnie
cool
could come.
Black powder.
What's that?
I always thought it'd be cool to carry one of those black powder revolvers.
It would be. My buddy's dad had a bunch, and we used to shoot those on his property growing up all the time.
I've got a couple.
Nickel, let me tell you something. Trump came after my bump stock. I didn't give it up. Oregon's come after some things. Didn't give it up. Bondi ain't getting jacked, dude. You say that all the time. I'm not giving up anything. It's that simple. Bondi ain't taking nothing from me. I'm an American.
Yeah, they'll just threaten and talk about it on the news and get people arguing with each other, bringing up, I've got all these stats to show how it saves lives, and here's all these stats how it doesn't work. And it's like just to keep us arguing. We got to vote for this guy because he's going to ban guns. We're going to vote for this guy because he's not going to ban guns.
Michigan actually has crap gun laws in a lot of ways. You can't carry in a hospital, from my understanding. Oregon actually, until Kate Brown, had perfect carry laws. No restrictions on mags. If you had a CHL, a public school could not ban you. And then she just kind of unconstitutionally changed that, so now the districts can decide. There's no law in Oregon against carrying in a bar as long as you're not drinking. You can't do that in Texas or Washington.
There's people at the Dockside Saloon downtown Portland that used to go in there, and you see somebody with a gun on their hip drinking beer at the counter. Yeah,
and believe it or not, Oregon, overall, until SB 243 kicks in, is still one of the most gun-friendly states in the union. You wouldn't think, but up until 3 years ago, it was more gun-friendly than Texas, Arizona, Utah. You can't carry a Church of Latter-day Saints in Utah. You can't carry in a hospital in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I can't remember. That sounds right. I mean, you can't carry in a school in Michigan concealed, but you can open carry in a school, but not concealed.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of retarded. Yeah,
that's weird. Michigan has this weird deal where, if at least they used to, unless they changed it, if you have a concealed handgun license they recognize, but you're not a resident of that state, you can't carry loaded in the car or some weird crap unless they changed it.
Yeah, if you have a gun in the passenger compartment of your car, it's considered carrying a concealed handgun, even if it's not within reach. If it's loaded inside the cabin, you can put it in the trunk. But if you got a concealed handgun permit, then it doesn't matter.
And I know recently, because all my permits are good in Michigan, but I know until recently, unless they didn't change it, I don't know if it's been changed or not. But 3-4 years ago, and it's probably still the same way. If all of my concealed licenses that I had were good in Michigan, but I didn't live in any of the states that I have the license from, I couldn't carry it loaded in my car. But if that license is if I live in the state where I have the license that's recognized in Michigan, I can. I don't know if that's changed. That's stupid.
I'm pretty sure you can carry in Michigan if you have a concealed handgun permit from any state.
Really? So yeah. They've done some updates. Okay.
I don't know I think it's always been that way, but I could be wrong. They change laws all the time. It's so weird. But I know they do. Yeah. So if you've got a concealed handgun permit, you can carry it concealed in Michigan. But Michigan's we have like really good gun laws because we don't have mag capacity limits. You can have machine guns and hand grenades and all that stuff. It's fine. But they have, if you carry concealed without a concealed handgun permit, it's a felony, which like in Oregon.
That's pretty much most states, yeah.
You might get a ticket in Oregon. I've got a lot of friends in Oregon that I'm not going to get a concealed handgun permit, and they carry concealed. They're like, I'll just pay the ticket. I don't care.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I get the argument a lot of guys make, like the 2A is my concealed carry, yeah. And I get all that, but here's the deal, okay? We have to be realistic, and we have to understand that we live in a society now where, especially in a blue state, if you blast somebody in self-defense and you're in the right for doing it, you're already going to be under scrutiny. And if you do that, carrying a concealed handgun without a concealed handgun license, the DA has that much more ammunition to use against you, which is also why I have self-defense insurance policy of $1 million. I pay every month for it because if that ever happens, God forbid, I want a good attorney and I want it now. You know what I mean?
Look into that. If it's like the USCCA or whatever like that, I guess
that's what I have them. There's been some problems.
They're like getting in trouble for like everything. They're not covering anybody or doing anything. It's like
there's been like three cases they haven't covered. Yeah, I know. And I'm thinking about switching to a different one. But in Washington State, wonderful Jay Inslee, who is gone now, he made it so USCCA cannot be used legally in Washington because it's considered it's something like it's an insurance policy, and having it's going to make someone more liable to do the wrong thing. Typical crap. Jay Inslee was such a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida now is constitutional carry, isn't it?
I hope more states do that. It makes things a lot easier.
It does. That's why a lot of them won't do it. Oregon's just a mess now. I got to get the hell out of here, but I'm so comfortable here. So I've been with the same company since 2008. You know, I mean,
yeah. Jack Spirko at the Survival Podcast, he kind of inspired me to move out of Oregon. He said it's easier to rent a U-Haul and make some new friends than it is to live in oppression.
That's true.
You don't think of yourself as oppressed when you live in
until you get out of it.
When you move, you're like, holy cow! Yeah. I was a slave there. I'm like, wow. So
I was thinking about that today. I was like, I pretty much do whatever I want here. I've got a good life, but I probably would realize how oppressed I was. I didn't use that word in my head, but I probably realize how much better it is once I get out of here. But I probably won't fully realize that until I do that. I thought about that today. That's funny you bring that up.
Yeah, it's weird. My kids were like little kids when we moved here, and I could let like my 7-year-old daughter, go play outside. Didn't have to watch them and stuff. It's like come. It's like the old stereotypical come home when the streetlights come on type of thing. Like my wife was paranoid when we moved here. She was like, "You have to make sure you pay attention." I'm like, "No, this is a different place. This isn't."
Nichols' mom did that with him, though. Look how he turned out. So be careful. Oh my! Well, it's 3:40 here, man. I gotta be working about 12 hours.
Oh yeah, you gotta go to bed too. You haven't been to bed yet.
You're correct. Do you have anything you want to touch on?
No,
you guys got any questions for him? I mean, there's a link in the chat. Go show him some love, dude. He puts out a lot of good stuff. He's a good dude.
Definitely don't pay attention to the news, and you have to move forward no matter who the president is, and make money. Just learn how to turn your hobby into making money. Because I don't care what you collect. If you collect knives or bottle caps, you can sell stuff on eBay or in collector groups, and just figure out, instead of playing video games and watching YouTube videos about how horrible the world is, figure out how to make money and change it. Give some money to, people that need it or something like that. Find some.
I agree.
Where you can help out.
I agree, 100%. Go mow lawns like Nickel did all these years, except for you got to do more than 3 lawns a day to make money, because he won't do that no more. He's gotten old and lazy.
Yeah, and don't pay your taxes too. Don't try and avoid the taxes, because you're going to get screwed. Figure out how to avoid them legally with
correct
starting an LLC.
Yep.
And there's going to be some cool stuff coming in this next collapse. You're going to see some wild stuff from people that and it's going to be incredible. You're like, what?
I'm sorry, dude. Skywalker cracked me up. He goes, "Do you and Johnny Bravo use the same hair gel?" That's awesome.
I did try some of this. He has this powder. I tried some of that stuff. I went back to the stuff I used. But
that's
my
funny,
hair's
dude.
not nearly. I mean, I have to get up to here to be J Bravo level.
So now I hear the J Bravo and I hear that chair sound that goes up into the
elevator.
I'll be honest with you. He's a smart guy, but everything with him is doom and gloom with fire in the background. So I very rarely watch him anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of just repeats the same stuff I do. Just trade equities, move your money, and start businesses. So,
and he's right.
He's like the last couple videos he's done.
Oh God, Gerald, you didn't.
The what was it? Don't sell your gold and silver. Take out loans against it.
That's actually smart. Did you see what Gerald said?
Hair gel. Yeah. What about Mary?
Yeah, wasn't it called "There's Something About Mary"? But it was a Ben Affleck. Yeah, something about Mary. It was the not Ben Affleck. It was the Ben Stiller scene with the hair. Oh my! If you know, you know. That's funny. Oh man, y'all are savages.
Yeah, that was an awesome.
All right, man. Well, this was fun, dude. We ought to do this again sometime.
Yeah, have me on anytime. I'm always available earlier in the morning.
I can show you how to do it. We can go on yours. I'll do one on your channel too. I don't care. It's really easy to do.
Figure out how to do this stuff. It just takes time. I spend most of my time researching crypto projects and trying to position myself for taking advantage of things. But I got to figure out how.
That's smart. You're a smart guy, man. All I got to say is thanks for being on, and go buy World Money Wins channel, man. He's awesome. He's a cool dude.
I talk about weird stuff. I did a video about boots. I talk about weird. Like electric.
I did a video with a boot in the thumbnail about lick this, bow down. You know, basically, being a servant to your government, how everyone does it on both sides, and that video tanked. But it was very true.
Yeah. I just did a video unboxing of some cool boots that I got. Yeah,
I know you're not talking to me, Gerald. That guy can't stand me anymore. We used to be buddies, but he deleted me on Facebook, and because I'm not a trumpeteer, and he couldn't stand that about me. So, son of a silver stacker, I always liked the guy. I thought he was great, but he wants nothing to do with me because I don't worship Trump, which is crazy. But he's got a good channel. We did a show on here once. It was great. I really wish that that wouldn't have been the case, but you must be talking to World Money Wins, because SOS don't want nothing to do with me anymore.
For what?
I mean, SSS. Huh?
Son of a silver stacker?
Yeah, we used to talk once in a while, and
I haven't seen haven't seen his channel for a long time. I've been.
He still does it, but
it's all messed up and stuff. So I don't get like the normal stuff. I never can see Salivate Metals channel. I can't even find it sometimes. It's hidden.
Weird.
So I have to work to find his channel, because I love Salivate Metal, but YouTube will not show me his videos. They will not alert me when
that's weird.
They just same with the Economic Ninja. I told him yesterday, he called me and I said, "Hey dude, I don't know why your channel won't show up. I only consume content on my computer. I don't do it from my phone." So over on the left-hand side, there's a little 3-bar tab I can bring up, and it shows all my subscriptions. And I'll scroll down and I'll see the Cranky Stacker, and then the guy right under him. And normally the Economic Ninja's right below him, and it's just his channel's gone. And then it'll come back a week later. So I have to type in the search bar, the Economic Ninja, and then I can find his channel. But it's weird how it disappears channels for me sometimes.
So I agree, Greg. Son of a Silver Sacker has great US Mint videos. I'd say Silver Wolverine also does, but
maybe
our
that's
friend,
why I don't do
our
US
friendship ending had nothing to do with me making the choice, Greg. It was him, and it started on Facebook because he started thinking I was a liberal and calling me a liberal and all this crap just because I'm not 100% on board with what Trump does all the time. I like a lot of what he does, but he didn't like that. So the termination of the friendship was his choice, not mine. But I think he makes great stuff. I do.
I usually don't click on the videos that are like new release from the US Mint because I can't stand the US Mint.
I hate the U.S. Mint. And truth be told, in a lot of ways, I'm more conservative than most people you ever meet in your life. But I'm fundamentally a constitutionalist now. But you get labeled certain things when you don't align perfectly with people in this world, it seems.
Yep.
So what are you going to do? You can tell somebody all day long. You can take a pair. I'm telling you guys. You can take a pair of pants, okay, that are red and white striped. What up, West Texas? You're late, sucker. You can take a pair of pants that are blue and white candy cane stripe, right? I mean red and white, and you can say these pants are red and white. And if someone wants those pants to be red because that's what they see, they're going to argue with you. No, these pants are red, man. Yeah, they're red and white. No, or someone will say these pants are white. My point is people don't hear a lot of times what you say. They hear what they want to hear in what you say, and they'll dissect it and chop it up and make assumptions instead of hearing something. You can say this silver's pretty, but it's not my favorite, right? And what some people hear is, "Oh, he said that silver's ugly. He hates it, man." That's just the reality, and people really need to do better with that.
Yeah, this is the best.
And when it comes to politics, people are really bad about that on both sides. They don't hear what you say; they hear what they want to hear that you said, and it drives me nuts. Yeah. That is beautiful.
That was my first attempt at pouring.
Oh, you poured that? That's sexy, dude.
Yeah, it's got WMW at the bottom for World Money Wins, and it says Halloween, but I think the mold wasn't hot enough.
That's sweet. I love it.
That's fine. I had one that turned out good, and I gave it to the Economic Ninja.
By the way, I'm still kind of mad at you about Halloween.
What about it?
Every year I tell myself I don't like colorized silver, but I've seen some colorized Halloween silver on Atmex and non-colorized I like. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And then every year I go there, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't justify it. And then you come out with a video with all this Halloween silver, and I don't have any, and it just ruined my day.
I love it. It's fun. I like Halloween. I like all the kids in the costumes, and they're going to get candy. We hand out the full-size candy bars because I remember when I was a kid, every once in a while you get the house where you get the full-size bar, and it's like, oh, it was like such a huge deal when you're a little kid. And I wanted the kids to have that, like, oh my gosh, to get the full-size, either the Twix or Kit Kat or whatever, like the good stuff that you really.
Oh yeah.
Candy bars. I wanted the kids just love it. So I remember
nice
good times.
I'm not sure, Rick. You must be talking about on his stream the other night and what I was going to explain when he asked, "What's up, JC, Mr. John Camper?" When he asked, I wonder why silver's so high. When I said tariffs and he timed me out, what I was going to say is I was going to explain that they weren't protected originally. They weren't exempt like gold and silver, or like silver and platinum, or gold and platinum, excuse me. And I think that caused a lot of market volatility based on fear. But I didn't get that far. Is that what you're talking about, Rick? I'm not sure why he reacted that way. It's interesting.
That's a good idea, West Texas, giving out mercury dimes at Halloween.
Trick or treat, West Texas. You have my P.O. box. I'll tell you, Texas has done. He's been really, really generous to me. He sent me this killer come and take it 2A flag, which I told him I put in the video. I never did. It's up on my wall. I need to do that. He sent me a lot of cool stuff, man. Texas is a good dude. He's a good dude. So show him some damn love. He's a good man. I've liked him since the start. In fact, I really there's not anybody out here I really strongly dislike other than Kenji, really. I got issues with Neil because he's an angry man, but I don't hate him. But man, I'll tell you that Kenji, he's a pro troll, baby.
Yeah,
you probably don't know him.
Pretty cool in the community, I think.
Yeah, Oh, that's not true. I do have one arch nemesis that pretty much. Well, he's a big channel, and I had a niche of LCS I filmed at. He found out about it, moved in, and now the LCS cut me off because he wanted the big channel money, despite the fact that I brought him sales of $10,000 at times in one day with buddies I brought in. So that guy, he's a big channel. I will never support him again. So there is one guy I truly just okay. No, you don't have to. Okay, but go ahead, put it out there. Yes, he absolutely ripped off my niche, and I'll never forgive him for that. Really kind of tanked the whole YouTube progress, but whatever. Yeah, that really bothered you, Rick, didn't it? Well, I get it, and I appreciate it. I don't understand why you did that. But I appreciate you feeling that way because it kind of bothered me too. Oh, my. But I'll tell you, this is a phenomenal community. Silver and Gold Stack Attack, he always says best damn community on YouTube, and I'd have to agree.
So, yeah, I think something about Silver kind of recalibrates people's brains to be a little bit more conscientious, I think. Oh,
yeah, and that's the thing. Most of us in the community, most of us are conscientious in politics, in finances, in Second Amendment stuff. Like most of us are pretty much on the same page, more or less. I find in the community, we're just a different breed of people. Overall, we're very aware of the decisions we make compared to the average American. I think I agree with you. We're different people because listen. You go hand, maybe not so much with gold, but you go hand one of these buffaloes or an ASE to the average person in society, they're not going to think about it like you and I think about it, and everybody in the chat. They're just not.
They have to go buy it themselves. That it's the same with like education. Like I bought I bought Jay Bravo's trading thing, and I bought a couple from Ninja. He didn't even know I bought them. A couple of his classes. It's like people think, oh, you should just give it away. It's like, if you give it away, it's worth what you paid for it. You're not going to ever do anything. You're not going to watch it. And Ninja's given me a video, like a class before. It's like, you're not inspired to watch it. But when you actually part with a couple $100, like, I want to learn about this, then you actually go for it. If it's given to you, you don't care about it.
There's an old saying, and it aligns very well to what you say, and it's a saying I love. And now listen, here's the caveat to what I'm about to say before everyone gets their panties in a bunch. It's not true to someone who's done their own thing and found their own way in life, okay? But for the majority of people, something given has no value.
Yeah.
And I love that saying, something given has no value. And I think for most people that's true, because if most people don't go out and earn it, they won't take care of it properly, they won't appreciate it properly. That's true for more people than not, I believe.
Yeah,
that's why spoiled kids abuse things.
My kids never got cars for me. I said, if you want a car, save up and go buy it.
I agree with you. Holy crap, man. I'm thinking about ending it, and everyone must be getting up because there's 32 people in here now. You believe that? 32 people. Here's World Money Wins link. Sorry, guys. I've been up a long time. I haven't been to bed yet. Go show him some love. But don't just sub to him and not watch him. He puts out good stuff, man. And we learn and we benefit through sharing ideas and knowledge with each other. So there's his link. Go show the love.
Yeah, if you want to watch somebody with ADHD ramble about weird stuff and go off on tangents, that's me. I'll like lose track and go off talking about this and forget what the whole video was about sometimes.
I do that too. In fact, so I use a camcorder for my videos.
Yeah, me too.
My regular videos. Well, I don't know if you caught all this, but my identity was stolen again. Actually in September, my birthday month. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. Okay. They got into my computer. They didn't just get debit card numbers. They got account numbers, brokerage numbers, the whole nine. And I got so deep down that rabbit hole because I had to buy a new computer, which pissed me off because I bought the same computer, except this monitor is white because that's all they had. The other one's black. But the computer was only like 6 months to a year old. It was great. And maybe a year and a half. No, yeah, about a year and a half. So I couldn't wipe it. I could have wiped it and restarted, but I couldn't find the virus. I said, I'm not even taking the chance. But I started going down this rabbit hole because I started thinking, I'm like, well, if I plugged my camera into the PC to upload videos, can they infect my memory card? Guess what? All the research I did says it's possible. So this goes to what you were saying about rambling and ADHD. I bought a big ass memory card. I used to be able to only go about 10 and a half minutes and then it would lose the rest.
Yeah.
This one will hold at least 30 minutes, at least. I mean, it's a big memory card. 30 minutes is the longest test I've done. So that gives me more ability to ramble and go off on a tangent, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but that's why my videos have been longer since September, because they can be now.
Did you
if
lock
anyone's noticed
reports since then?
Yes.
Yeah, with all the agencies. And I always recommend people, if you've got a debit card from your bank, call your bank and cancel it. Get a credit card and then just pay that off every month, because and that's what I do. And they got my Capital One cards. They got my U.S. Bank cards, because I shop online with a credit card, because if they steal my money, it's ghost money. It's not my actual funds. It's not as big of a deal. Yeah.
So I agree with you.
Your money's at risk with debit cards, but with credit cards.
Yep. That's right. And credit cards, it's ghost money. It doesn't exist really. It's not. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to get it back.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's not. I'm not paying this bill because it wasn't me that did it. They'll just reverse it. But with the debit card, then the money's gone. Like, sorry, they have no motivation to get it back. There's no.
And if you have cash back rewards, like on a Capital One Quicksilver card, like I do, it's 1.5% cash back. If you pay it off every month, that's free cash for metals, baby. And you're more protected. Yeah.
I use airline miles cards so I can fly.
I don't fly. I'm scared to fly. I'm a big giant puss. I have flown, but I'm afraid of it. Which is funny, because I want to buy a freaking mosquito chopper, which is a one-man chopper or a paramotor, and I'm scared of heights. Go figure that one out.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. If you're scared of flying, you're probably not going to be in a chopper.
Well, maybe not, but the paramotor, that goes even higher. That I might do, because let's say I get that property out there. I mean, this is all wishful thinking. This is a tangent, but let's say I do, okay? And I got all the open space and the sticks to fly that I want. I feel like the paramotor is probably my safest option, because even if the fan stops working, I can glide to safety. But it still will scare the hell out of me being 10,000 feet up in the air, 15,000 feet up. That's scary, dude.
I like those personal drones where you can.
Me too, but they're so expensive. I looked into them; they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, you can make your own. I used to build like not ones you could fly on, but I used to build the racing drones. I mean, all the information's on YouTube. You can just scale it up and build one that you can do yourself. It's a lot cheaper, because the people that sell those ones that you can fly on, they've got their insurance is like insane, and then all the development costs, and they got factories and all these employees.
And I think they only go for like 24 or 25 minutes at a time or something on a charge.
Yeah, something like that. It takes a lot of power.
See, I'm the kind of crazy SOB. I'd be like, all right, forget that. I'm gonna hook up a 750cc Honda motor to it or something. See, now you got me thinking. I'm gonna be looking into building a drone on my own now. Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. All kinds of projects for you.
Those are cool, though. I've seen some of those manned drones. I'm like, what the hell? I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Tesla makes one, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few companies.
Tesla?
They're like the price of a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. And that's when I quit watching. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Sounds fun, but so do a lot of women that I won't go near, because I've learned that lesson too.
Yeah.
Now I want to build a drone. No sleep tonight. Just kidding.
That'll give you something to think about while you're sleeping.
Well, 30. Okay, we're back down to 22. I don't feel nearly as bad now. Oh, we went up 23. I got nothing else other than keep stacking. Thanks for being on here, man. Thanks for being in here, everybody. Rick, I appreciate the fact that the other night bothers you. I appreciate you saw that. Thank you. You left a bad taste in my mouth too. And I was being a clown and making jokes, but
people can start the video at the beginning if they showed up late too.
Yep. But contrary to popular belief, and I've done a video on this and I proved it with photos that I had someone put in for me in Google chats. That's really where we get the credit for views anyway, is after the fact. You get no credit for the live stream while it's going on.
Oh, really?
And and Google will confirm. I did a video on that, and boy, that ruffled some feathers. That's bullshit. Right there, Google says it, dude. And that's why if you look at a live stream, your analytics will tell you you got 300 views. And then in a day and a half, 2 days, it'll say you got 40 views since it was published. That's why it says that, because that's what actually counts, is after it was published, uploaded. That's why. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed that live streams do that?
They probably don't get the commercials or something maybe in the live streams. I don't know. Maybe these guys will tell us if they've seen a commercial during this.
But have you ever noticed when you go look at your studio, it'll say you got a whole lot of views, and then like in a day and a half, it goes back way back down. And it says since published. That's why.
I don't know. I don't do live streams.
Oh, that's true. You don't.
Yeah.
That's true. But that's how they work.
I'll get it figured out. Travis said he would help me when we're in Thailand. Figure it out.
Well, I can show you how to do StreamYard real easy if you want anytime. It's so easy. This took me 5 minutes, and I'm a tech tard, dude.
Yeah.
I am. So it's real easy. I am not techie at all. Like I don't know how to edit videos. I have to pay people to do it. I did blur an image in my last live stream for the first time ever. That took me about forever to figure out how to do it. I don't know this stuff. So any edited video you've ever seen, with the exception of that last live stream where I blurred some images, someone else has done for me. Okay. Don't know how to do it. It
took me forever to figure out just to take one video and put it together so that it makes one video.
What do you mean? But now piece videos together in the way I don't know how to do, like frame videos together. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
No clue. So if I can figure out StreamYard and you have more tech knowledge than I do, I can show you really easily, is what I'm saying.
We'll get it figured out.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. One more time. Here's the link to Mr. WMW's channel.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Good seeing you guys.
Keep stacking, y'all. We're out.
All right. See you guys. Have a great day.